going on, everyone? It is Yasmin Woodland, and welcome back to my channel. Just in case you have not been in tune to the recent drama involving Jenelle Evans, there is a podcast owners called The Family Tree, and they did a podcast with Jenelle Evans, like an interview. And then shortly after that, they took the podcast down, and a lot of people just didn't understand why they do that, what is going on. So here is the couple. It is Alex and Shane, and they do have a podcast together, and they talk about marriage and relationship and just different things. And this is like a screenshot of like their Instagram account. It just says This Family Tree, and it's just them two sitting there. And they explained how they reached out to Jenelle Evans to do a interview of like a teen mom. So they stated that they actually like Googled teen mother, and like Jenelle was one of the first people to actually pull up from MTV. So they decided to reach out, and they did a podcast. They asked her a lot of questions, but after they posted the podcast, they took it down. So they actually put out a statement as to why they took the podcast down. And one of the main reasonings as to why they did that was because a lot of fans got wind of it. They were like, wait, she did a podcast with who? Like all of the Jenelle haters, like the trolls, they just cannot stand to see Jenelle get any sort of money or any sort of recognition. So they started bombarding this Instagram page and this podcast like couple. So they took it down and they put out a statement, and I'll just go ahead and read this here. Shane stated, "I understand why people are upset. Children and animals is a line that you do not cross. Although she didn't hurt the dog herself, she did end up staying with her partner, and that's unforgivable for a lot of people. The last thing we wanted was to seem like we were sympathetic to anyone being unkind to animals or children." So that is a statement that he had actually put out. Now, he also followed up by saying this. "We had no idea about their past, but we definitely know that now," Shane added. Alex said that after they realized the episode was only getting negative feedback, they made the decision to pull it. And then they also went on to say that they do not condone or endorse any sort of bad behavior, and that they don't stand for any of that. They also stated if any harm was caused, that's the last thing that they'd ever want. If it didn't help anyone, we were more than happy to actually remove it. And then they also went on to state that they really do hope that this is a learning lesson for Jenelle Evans, and they really do appreciate the fact that she did accept the interview and that she did come on and do the interview, and that they do apologize and they are sorry for the way that things ended. Okay, so that is the entire drama involving Jenelle Evans with this couple who has like a podcast. And it's just like with Jenelle Evans, I just definitely see the fact that she regrets a lot of things. She probably regrets being with David because, I mean, she has lost so many deals. I mean, look here. She has lost a lot of sponsorship deals with Prana Matt, Blue Apron, Pat Clothing. And then, do you all remember last year, she was supposed to have a venue for her new JE Cosmetics launch. And she actually booked the venue. It was a really nice venue. It was a salon in New York, and they actually just decided to cancel the fact that they were going to host her event there because they got wind of a lot of things she was involved in. A lot of the fans found out the event, and then they started bombarding the owners of that venue and saying like her husband is associated to, harming the family dog, and there's a lot of, allegations being had, especially involving the children and Kaiser and 911 calls. So a lot of things are just negative. When it comes to Jenelle and David, you just think of a lot of negative things. And I do feel like that gets in the way of Jenelle solidifying any sort of, Instagram deals, sponsorships. I personally don't think that Alex and Shane, the owners of that podcast, I personally don't think that they are at fault or they are wrong for taking down the podcast. If they felt like they were getting all this unwanted negative attention, then I do feel like it was a smart move just to go ahead and take it down and just regroup and move forward. So hopefully Jenelle can just go ahead and solidify some sort of decent platform or decent income. I'm pretty sure she's getting residuals, but it just seems like in the long run, how is she ever going to be able to make money from Instagram deals and stuff? She needs to really, focus on more of a solid, solidified career path. And just like David as well, like to my knowledge, he doesn't even work. So they both just need to figure things out. So what do you all think about this entire situation involving Jenelle doing an interview, doing a podcast, and the actual owners of the podcast taking it down due to all the negativity they were getting from trolls? Also, please leave a comment below on your thoughts. Make sure you are subscribed, and please like this video and stay tuned for more videos to come. I'm Yasmin Woodland, and until next time, see ya.